iban corriendo para allá a robarme la bicicleta con el body. Pues mira, ese gil culiao que está ahí, oye, vos que te tapáis la cara. Ustedes no son chilenos, weón, vienen acá, tienen que respetar, weón. Tienen que respetar, weón. Sí, pues, weón, si los llamé, pues los llamé los marinos, pues, weón. A ver, muéstrame tu carnet si eres chileno, pues, weón. ¿Qué tanta weón vienen a hablar acá? Tienen que respetar. Trabaja, ponete a trabajar. Dime tú. Te voy a fastidiar hasta que dejes el semáforo. Me vas a ver la cara todos los días. Así es fácil. Bártalo, toma, bártalo. Mira ese señor limpiando el carro y tú pidiendo plata aquí. Mira el señor limpiando el carro. Mira el venezolano. Yo también soy venezolano, hermano.
Amigo y amiga chilena, queremos mediante este video viralizar la campaña en Iquique con hashtag Ni una moneda más, dedicada a nuestros compatriotas que se encuentran en las calles y semáforos pidiendo dinero con niños y niñas en mano, donde a muchos se le han ofrecido trabajos de los cuales se niegan a recibirlo con tal de seguir pidiendo monedas. A toda la comunidad chilena le pedimos que nos ayuden a sacar a esta gente de la calle.
There were 50 reporters in Havana that were trying to go to Mariel Bay, and the Cubans only allowed me to go. I was the only foreign reporter who went. I said, well, these people are scum, but, you know, if you want these people, anybody who wants to leave can leave. And everything went crazy. Every Cuban who lived in Miami who had a boat, Fidel said, listen, all you need to do is send boats down here, and I'm going to fill them up with all the people who don't want to stay here. We're sending them back to the United States. Come and get them. What Fidel also was doing, and nobody knew this because nobody could see this, is that he was also emptying the prisons, and he was backing the bus up to the prisons and anybody want to stay in prison, or would you like to go to the United States? So all the murderers and all the rapists and all sorts of nasty people got to go to the United States. Went to the mental institutions, went around neighborhoods recruiting people who he thought would be unhappy. This was the big escape valve that he was going to use to get rid of people who didn't want to be there or who he didn't want there.
Okay. I agree. You're gay? Yes. Yes. And you have problems here? Yes.
There was some suspicion that a lot of the people that were on the boats weren't Uncle Jose and Grandma Maria, because people were saying, well, I went there to pick up my aunt, but they put 10 people who I never, and they were really scary people that they put on my boat. And I saw it with my own eyes. I saw prisoners going on the boats, people who were 5 hours out of the mental hospital going on the boats, and I put it in my report. In those days, you didn't travel with your editing equipment because the editing equipment was so big. And so we were editing at Cuban television, and I'm editing this report, and the Cuban editors and personnel, they're sort of looking over my shoulder, going, oh my God, what's John doing? And so I get a phone call from Fidel's secretary, wondering what's in my report, that he's hearing certain things, that I'm talking about undesirables being sent to the United States. And I said, well, that's what Fidel said. He called these people escoria, the scum. And I saw the scum, and they're on the boats going to the United States. That's my report. I says, okay, I'll hung up the phone. NBC sent a jet to Miami, to Havana. NBC sent a jet to Havana, picked up my tape, flew it to Miami. A helicopter was waiting, took it to the Miami Bureau, and it was on nightly news that night. And 15 minutes after the report aired, Jimmy Carter went on TV.
Third, the Coast Guard is now communicating with all boats who are en route to Cuba and those in Mariel Harbor in Cuba to urge them to return to the United States without accepting additional passengers.
And more or less word for word from the wording of my report, stopped the boat lift, said that they're sending undesirables to the United States and we're not going to allow this to happen. The boat lift is over. Is that there were 300,000 people who had gone to the Cuban authorities and registered that they wanted to leave and were in a holding pattern, ready to come to the United States, waiting while Fidel was sort of shipping out these other people. They had renounced the revolution, they had lost their jobs, maybe they were going to lose their houses, and they all had to be reabsorbed back into Cuba because the boat was over before they could leave. Had I known that this would jeopardize the lives of so many people, I don't know what I would have done. It's sort of an ethical question that I've been asking myself ever since that day. Should I have not made that report? Because then these people would have been able to leave. It's haunted me ever since.